if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Let's go. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to the Peti Kish on Live. Happy Tuesday, everyone. It's the beginning of the week. Well, second beginning of the week. Monday was the beginning of the week, but today we're doing Tuesday. Yeah. So, update, guys, on what's happening. There's a lot of topics to go through today. A lot of fast topics, a ton of fast topics, which probably won't be fast, as you know. If you watch the channel, they won't be that fast, but there is a lot of here. Mostly, we're going to be talking about gaming stuff. I feel like mostly there's just more things happening in gaming. Like, there are some movies here and there and TV shows that I did watch and see and, like, you know, all that stuff. But we're just going to focus on mostly the gaming industry, I would say, or like the gaming side of things. But yeah, there are some things here that are pretty interesting if you're into a lot of things right now in the gaming sphere or in general anything that's happened like the beginning of this week to the end of last week kind of deal. So there's a lot here. There's a lot of big things that have happened, like with Nintendo of America. They're having Doug Bowser, which is the president of Nintendo America, stepping down. He's retiring, and they're going to replace him with someone new. So we're going to look into that, as well as we're going to see this EA acquisition, this huge $55 billion Saudi Arabian. So EA is going private, which is huge news. If you think about it, it's spicing up the gaming industry with this. It's pretty spicy, I would say. It's huge. It's a huge big deal. I don't think a lot of people are actually thinking about it or actually knowing that how big this is going to be kind of deal. So we're going to talk about that too. And everything else in between as well. We have a lot of things to go through. But before we do anything, guys, like that, like the stream and sub if you're new here. I'd appreciate it very much. Also, join in the comments and the emoticons or anything to make the algorithm work. Because I feel like there's more I can't speak. There's more movement on the channel itself if there's more, people spamming stuff in the chat, meaning like you could spam emoticons or you can just chat around anything or just comments, liking, subbing, anything that can help the channel. It helps the algorithm too. So if you could do that, I'd appreciate it very much for that. And if you're new here, we have a lot of things I talk about on here, but I do all sorts of different things as well. Mostly gaming, I would say, but there is also pop culture and like movies, TV shows, all sorts of entertainment. We go through a lot of things like that on I would say this week, like twice a week, I would say, with streams, and then a couple of videos in between the week. So there are things here. If you're new here, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. I just hit over 200 subscribers, and I would really like it if we can hit another 100 tier, 300 by the end of the year. No promises, but it would be awesome if I could do that. It would be amazing. It'd be fantastic, I would say. Fantastic. But, yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of things this week. I just want to say a couple of things before we go into the topics. So this week, I had that last stream. It was on Thursday with the PlayStation State of Play, the Capcom event, and like the Tokyo Game Show. And Tokyo Game Show is over now. And it was pretty meh, They had the Xbox showcase. They had a couple of things, but it was very meh. It wasn't as good. Tokyo Game Show is usually pretty dull in general, but I thought they would have something interesting, as well as, with Resident Evil 9. A lot of people were excited for that game. They didn't really have anything really new to show. They just asked a couple of questions here and there, but there was anything new to show, which was kind of disappointing. So we got to wait until probably the Game Awards or something for something new. Who knows? I think that's what they're saving up for. But besides that, yeah, I tried out some couple of games this weekend while I had visitors coming over, and I have some things to do around the house and everything. But in general, yeah, I was trying out some other free games here and there, just dipping my toes into some of these games here. With I don't know if you guys heard about like Delta Force. It's like a Battlefield / Call of Duty game. It's free to play, and I wanted to check it out. It's pretty decent from what I played. It's not too bad. It gives me like anime, like a little bit animated. I think it's Chinese or Korean. I could be wrong. One of those devs are doing it, but it's like an Americanized like military shooter, but it's more like futuristic, like Metal Gear style, with like tech and everything. It's an interesting game. I'm not hating on it. It is a good game so far, what I played. And yeah, I dabbled in that, and I tried other games too. Just a lot of free to play games, to be honest, because I really sometimes I like to just try out games because I hear from others and friends talk about it, and I like to like look into some of these games that come out usually, and if I like it, I'll just give it a try. I like to give things tries if I can, especially if it's free to play. I'm going to give it a try. That doesn't mean I will, enjoy it or stay with it, but some games I sometimes do, so that's what happened with me with First Descendant. I really liked First Descendant. I stuck with it. Yeah, and a lot of games like that. Another one I think was it was Nikki or something, because they did like a Resident Evil like collab recently, and I'm a huge like Resident Evil fan, and I saw like Claire, Jill, and Ada in like an anime style kind of cartoony versions of them in this like shooting game, and I was like, oh shit, I'll give it a try. It's free to play. It's a gacha game, which why does a gacha game look this good? I don't know. But it's actually fun. Not gonna lie, even though I hate gacha games, I really do dislike them. This one is pretty fun and addicting. It's just android-looking female fan servicey characters shooting monstrous machines. It has actually an interesting story to it, and a lot of assets. Let's just say with some characters. Some of them are questionable, and some of them are just straight up badass. So, yeah. I am enjoying it so far. I'm playing it. So, I'm playing it on PC, and I'm going to try to download it on mobile. I usually don't play mobile games. I really don't. But since it looks pretty cool, and I like the Resident Evil characters, I'd be like, why not try it out? Kind of deal. You pulled me in, and now I'm in. So, because of that. All right, enough of me blabbering about. Let's get into these topics, guys. Hopefully everyone has a good Tuesday. Relax a bit. If you're working, hopefully you're watching in the background, lurking. Just hang out with me if you want to in the background. That's good. Trying to bring the interesting information, topics, maybe it'll intrigue you, or maybe it won't. Who knows? It's whatever. Just bringing some entertainment to you guys and some good talking points, I guess. All right. I guess we can start with this Marvel's Wolverine game. They showed off the trailer. whatever. If you hate it, like it, whatever, it's a thing. It's kind of mixed right now. I feel like more people like it in general, just how it looks. But there are many red flags to the game, as we said before. Well, let's just see here. Okay. So there's the Marvel's Wolverine. So I'm on Insomniac Games. And this was September 26th. So, people are talking about, speculating, and they're saying Insomniac Games is like, we're looking at all the feedback and all this and that. And out of nowhere, they post this in like at 4:36 a.m. in the morning, Insomniac, where it says, it's like pointing and then a clown emoji face. And then after that pointing, blue heart. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Is this, because this is the Insomniac Games main like Twitter/X account. I don't know if they're trolling. They're trolling the trolls. They're feeding the trolls. Or am I not looking at the big picture of this? Because I think they're making fun of a lot of fans that are concerned about this game in general, because all the things we've known about with, Sweet Baby Inc. was attached to it, which that gives a sour taste in everyone's mouth. A lot of, I don't know, we don't actually know too much yet, but there are a lot of red flags in general, and people are worried about this game. Because we saw a lot of dumb shit they did with Spider-Man 2. And we'll see how it goes. And then the blue heart, they're pretty much pointing at you that you're a clown. I never seen a company making fun of its fans kind of deal. You would think like companies would be like pleased and interested. This is like the punk rock, like rebellious in some sort of way, but in a bad way. Like it's not funny. I don't know if they're clapping back at fans or just generally gamers. I don't know what this means, but it is very, very disturbing that like a company like this would do this. I don't know. It's just weird to me. But we still have this as a failsafe. Yeah, this game is such a good Wolverine game. Okay, the movie's not good. The X-Men Origins Wolverine, it's not good. But this game is fantastic if you ever played this game. This game is so good, guys. I love this game. It's such a good game. Such an underrated game. I would always go back and play this. Not recently, obviously, it's old. But when I used to have it, I would play this a lot. It was so good. It was so good. Yeah, if this X-Men stinks, you still have this, at least. Legendary game. So they agree. It's legendary. They know, too. Looks like there's an intern getting fired today. Oh, shit. Intern season is over. It's just me. Step away from the mirror. Oh, shit. I don't know if companies should trash talk other people with this, but I don't know what's going on here. Ratchet is the best IP. Ratchet. What does it mean, social media intern? Intern? Question mark? Like, I don't know what they're doing here, but it is kind of freaky. Not gonna lie. It's very, very freaky. I don't know why they did clown with the fists or pointing. I don't understand the whole concept, but I thought about this and I'm like, and I don't know, like, the heart, the blue heart, like you feel sad. I don't know. I have no clue what that would be. I don't know. Like sad blue heart. Because isn't like if you have blue heart, you're like more drowny and you're more sad? I don't know. Maybe I'm not looking into it too well. I don't know. I don't understand the whole premise of it, but yeah, that's Wolverine for you. It might be It might be they're just making fun of fans, to be honest. Something with that in that particular area. I don't know. I've never seen game companies like actually do this. This is just newer, like recent times it has happened where game companies don't give a shit if they tank or not. They just love to promote themselves and do whatever they want kind of deal. And pretty much fans are like last in the line, or like gamers in general. I don't know. It's so weird. I don't understand why the industry does this. It's just maybe there's just unmature people actually working these companies and they need to hire people that are more mature and understanding. But I don't know. I would never post that. Never. I would never say anything like that. It's too much. Too much. All right, guys. There's more here, though. More fast topics. So, if you are excited for Terminator 2D No Fate to come out soon, well, it's delayed because of global trade and tariff changes. So, it looks like it's getting postponed. Terminator, the 2D Terminator game we saw a few months ago that looked badass and awesome. Well, it's getting postponed again, I think. This might be the next one. Terrorists have gone too far, and they actually have to make the game, which they haven't yet. That could be true. Probably not. Probably is still making the game. I don't know what's going on, though. Fucking add Schwarzenegger likeness to go home. And also, you didn't talk to Schwarzenegger about intellectual property, did you? So, yeah, there is probably some situations with IP usage or what is going on with this. Maybe it's internal, some sort of issue going on. But I doubt it's the tariffs. Everyone always blames the tariffs. Oh, it's because inflation and tariffs and all this and that. No, I think there's something wrong with the IP or something in general. This is just my speculation and opinion about what I think. Yeah, they could say this, but in the background, it could be something else completely. It could be actually something worse, as they think. I think it's also, isn't there like a physical distribution of this game too, not just digital? So that could be also a reason that like the physical is different. Because these guys, I think, are European. I don't know where in Europe, but they're European who are making this game. And it could be the reason why it could affect it and have problems for the physical side. So they want to do maybe digital and physical at the same time, but they can't. Well, you can still get the digital out, but I don't know what they're doing. So, yeah, I don't know about that with Terminator. I'm excited to play this. I thought it looked badass. I really love the Super Nintendo, like, it's the Terminator game we never got that we wanted so much back in the day. With, like, Super Nintendo and, like, NES and stuff, Sega Genesis. Like, all those. It's just a game we wanted to play. But we never got it. So, we're just going to need to wait a little longer for this game. So, it is what it is. That's all we got for you today for that one. All right. Terminator has been terminated. You've been terminated. Here's another one, guys. So, Monster Hunter fans, Capcom fans. This, I don't know if this is true or not. So, keep this with a grain of salt. I think it is true, though, but we'll see. This is pretty disappointing. Another L from Capcom. Here we go, guys. So, let me zoom in. For you guys. So, Pirate Nation has this up here. And they said Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter Rise, and Monster Hunter Wild will not be guaranteed to run on Windows 10 starting October 14, 2025. Not guaranteed. So, it might run or it might not run. Okay, I don't know what to think about that. Like, what?
Holy shit.
What?
Shit.
Dude, I'm still running on Windows 10. I don't give a fuck about Windows 11 right now. I really don't. I could upgrade if I want to, but is it even worth it? I don't know. I have to go into like different things and look it up how to do it kind of deal, but I don't really care to, really. While still playable, future system or game updates may cause I can't speak. My gosh. I literally I had like a mini burp going like oops. Incompatibility. My gosh, dude.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
My God.
No!
That's crazy. All right. So it's saying it might have problems, not guarantee, but in the future it will have difficulties. Pretty much. That's what they're saying with this. So support, important end of support notice for Windows 10. So yeah, that sucks because I have Monster Hunter Rise and I think World on my PC. I don't have Wild. I did play the demo though, the beta, whatever it was. This is wild, dude. Meanwhile, me playing Monster Hunter Wild on Linux. True. I'm thinking about upgrading to Linux. I'm thinking about more and more over time that I'm going to be upgrading to Linux. But I gotta have to like relearn or do it in some sort of way, like demo it out, because I've never used a Linux platform before. I was always Windows, which is, I know, basic bitch, but that's just me. I've used an Apple one before, but I'm not a big fan of Apple and Macintosh Apple computers. I'm not a big fan of those. I always just stick to Windows. But how bad Windows has been getting in general, I think it's time for Linux. I think it is. It's time for Linux. Makes sense. That's when Windows 10 hits end of life. Microsoft isn't supporting Windows 10 at all after its date. So why should any game company support an end of life OS? There's not actively making it not work on the OS, just not dedicating resources to fixing issues on the OS later. Yeah, they could, if it's so bad, they could go back and fix it in some deals, but yeah. Are you not entertained? What the?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
That's crazy, dude. I have a Steam library that consists of thousands of games. No one company will ever tell me what OS I can and cannot run. I don't think these large corporations understand this concept. Yeah, because you could run games. You could run games if you had like even the old Windows, XP to whatever older games, and you could still run them fine on other things. But like telling you to upgrade because you have no other choice, that's kind of weird. I don't know about that. Now Capcom is forcing us to go to Windows 11. I'm telling you guys, these corporations, they planned all this. The price hike of games, the high price GPUs. That is true. I was looking at GPUs. They're pretty high. The unoptimized games. It's all part of the grand scheme to make us all consume. Dude, that's crazy. I'm going to give this a like. Can I give this a like? Yeah. That is so true, dude. That is so true to the max. That's actually crazy. He was cooking. He was cooking with that one. He was cooking. Planned obsolescence would not be surprised if Microsoft mandated title not to be compatible and force people to get Windows 11. Yeah, that's... Capcom's big market right now, and they've noticed this, their best market right now is the PC market. So you would think you want the PC players to be pleased the most, since you got most of your consumers or just fans buying it on PC, not on on consoles no more. So they even said they're moving forward, doing more stuff with PC so they can make it a better experience for gamers. PC is going to be their number one priority. That's what they said. So if it's their number one priority, why can't you have Windows 10 and Windows 11 as an option? Like, Windows 11 hasn't been that big of a leap yet, to be honest. It's not that big. I don't know. Planned, yep. This is interesting because I can still run plenty of games that released for Windows. Windows Me? Wait, what? I don't even know what that is. I don't play Monster Hunter Wilds anymore. Trash game, waste of money. That's your opinion. You know, some people still like Monster Wilds. Even though, yeah, a lot of fans had criticisms for it. Oh no, not my stop. There's literally no good reason for this at all. Yeah. Yep. So you could see most of the comments here are not liking that what Capcom's doing with this. And I don't either. I think it's fine to have still Windows 10 and Windows 11. I don't know why why you need to isolate one when you could do the other too. Like, Windows 10, yeah, it's been 10 years with Windows 10. Like, it's fine. Like, I don't know. Some people say it's time to move on, but I'm like, yeah, I guess. But at the same time, is it though? Because I feel like, I don't know. Especially right now, especially how everything is so high up in prices. I don't know about this. I would say I feel like if they had a statistics I remember about on Steam where most 70% of people still using Windows 10, and a lot of these games are trying to push to Windows 11. That's isolating more than half of your game fan base, I would say. So Windows 11, it's what, 40%? And a lot of people are not upgrading still. So they're trying to, but I don't think it's going to work, though, yet. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Windows 10, I definitely going to need to upgrade for sure after this. It's just a fact, because I feel like it's going to get harder and harder as time passes for Windows. Yeah. Yep, pretty much. That's it for that. Okay, guys. Here's the next one we're going through. All right, Lord of the Rings. So I'm on Insider Gaming here, and they have this article about exclusive new The Lord of the Rings game in development. So they're making a new Lord of the Rings game. Let's see what it's about. A brand new The Lord of the Rings game is in development and has been for some time. Sources close to the game tell Insider Gaming that a new title is set to be least partially funded by the Abu Dhabi Investment Office. This funding should roughly equal to $1 million, give or take. The deal has been in the works since last year, and while not cited yet due to the number of moving parts, it's said to be made officially soon and could happen as early as next week. Regarding current funding of this game development, it has been founded internally. As far as what the game will be, sources didn't want to say too much what was said. However, is that it will be a third-person action game that is designed in a way to compete with Hogwarts Legacy. Okay. Now, is it going to have microtransactions? That's what I'm thinking about. In addition to the ADIO, it was said that multiple parties are involved with the game, including Embracer, Revenge, and other studios. Embracer has had the rights to the Lord of the Rings IP for video games since 2022. It has since licensed those. When contracted for the statement, Embracer says this: a general rule, we do not comment on rumors or speculation. Okay, so this is just right now sort of like a rumor, sort of like it's not happening, but it's happening kind of deal. Like, I feel like, yeah, there's probably is a Lord of the Rings working, something in the vein of Hogwarts Legacy. Maybe the Two Towers game, if you played that, something like that, maybe. Like that kind of game. Hack and slash, maybe. I don't know what it's gonna be like. Is it gonna have microtransactions up the ass? We don't know anything, but I thought it was pretty interesting just to bring it up that there is a new Lord of the Rings probably coming. Not fully sure, but it seems like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So there you go. There's your Lord of the Rings tie-in. So there is some movies today to talk about, actually. I guess so, right? I guess so. Okay. What's our next topic here? Let's see. All right, let's talk about this Resident Evil Requiem leak thing. So, here's by Insider Gaming. They said there's this article here about Resident Evil Requiem devs comment on leaks. So now the devs are commenting on what leaks they're seeing online and how people are trying to figure out some patterns and what means what in this game coming out. So, director and producer Resident Evil Requiem have recently discussed leaks about the game. Capcom Resident Evil Requiem has been receiving new leaks almost every week. One of the largest running ones that is yet to be confirmed, being one of the playable characters in the upcoming title. Interestingly, the developers of RE9 recently spoke about the leaks, explaining how they can be disruptive at times, but can also be a positive thing. So, I guess they're embracing the leaks, which is good because that means there's actually positive interest for Resident Evil, which I feel like Resident Evil is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, survival horror game genre out there. So, here it is. During the new interview at VOC, Resident Evil Requiem director Koshi Nakanishi has producer Masahato Kamazawa, I probably butchered that, I'm sorry, spoke at length about the game's leaks. Nagahashi first spoke about treating leaks as a positive thing, as it shows interest from the fans about things that are yet to be revealed. Moreover, the discussion and speculation that follows showcase the huge amount of interest and passion the fans have for the series, which is good. That means it's a good series, and you want that. You know, like Star Wars now today, no one gives a shit about Star Wars. No one's speculating anymore about things about Star Wars. It used to when the sequel trilogy that Disney, had, Force Awakens, Return of the Jedi, or no, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. People were speculating then, and there was interest for it, but it started to stagger more and more, and people were just fed up. And how it ended was not so good. A lot of people disliked those sequels, and they should. It wasn't that good. It was trash. However, Nakanishi explains, not all leaks are accurate. as they can be completely wrong, could be one of the right track or even on the wrong track. Moreover, they don't know if the leaks are disrupting the game until it's released. When asked about the development team releasing fake leaks themselves, Nagarashi said they don't need to prove fake leaks for Resident Evil Requiem, as we got enough already. That's crazy. So they're like, yeah, there's so much fake stuff going out there that they don't need to prove anything, you know? Kumazawa claimed in a starting that he doesn't mind information appearing online as a leak. Whether it's true or not, the issue arises when players treat these leaks as gospel. Yes, that is a problem if that does happen. So that's why I always take everything with a grain of salt, you know, in little aspects of it. You can feel it that this is real and some stuff that could be fake. So I would say your anticipation for it needs to be always low. Don't make it high when you see some sort of leak that's like, oh my god, they're gonna have Jill and Leon team up in the next video. Like, that's what I thought in the beginning. I was like, holy shit, this could be amazing. But no, apparently that's not happening. But the Leon thing, that could still be happening. I feel like more I see devs talking about it. They're trying to like saying yes but no kind of deal. They're trying to like maneuver through the questions if people are asking about Leon. Chris and Jill, or Chris, they straight up say, no, he's not in the game. Like, they just straight up say that. But Leon, they move around it. So, the issue arises when players... Okay, so yeah. So, it's gospel. Assuming that information is true, even though it hasn't been confirmed. So, which the developers released the game, and it doesn't include the leak details. Players might preserve it as a betrayal, even though it was never promised. This is what Kamuzawa finds most disrupted about the leak. So the leak can be good and it could be bad. That's what I'm saying. People need to chill out. Take everything with a grain of salt. You can try to manifest it, I guess, in the world and be like, yes, I would love this to happen, but is it going to happen? Let's be real here. Probably not. Like, that's what you people would be like. I would love to be wrong. I would love to say that this happened, this, you know, kind of deal. But let's be real. Not everything's going to go your way. And especially with these leaks. So you got to be careful about these leaks too. Now, again, I know they're doing this because of the Leon thing. And in my own opinion, I think Leon is coming. I think he's coming. I know they're going to have some sort of, if not Leon, of course with Ada, if it's double two of them. If it's not Leon, it'll be Jill or Claire. Chris, I doubt it, but like someone from the legacy characters we know will be in it. For sure. There's no way. Chris was in the other two, 7 and 8. They're going to have some legacy character. They're going to. It's a given. It's not just going to be Grace. There's no way. There's no way it's just going to be Grace. No way. But yeah. That's what they're thinking about with Resident Evil. All right, guys. We got some big things about Silent Hill. So the Silent Hill spin-off, this is not a numbered Silent Hill. It's a spin-off, I would say. Closer to like, what is that? Fatal Frame. It's kind of like that kind of style. But it's a spin-off. Well, this Insider Gaming article says Silent Hill F has already sold over 1 million copies. So it sold 1 million copies, which is really good. Really good. I said that for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. That was really good. You know, I wish it would do more. I really wish it would do more. Same with this. I would hope they would do more if it's good. But it's a good start. It's a good start. It's not going to sell as much as Resident Evil games. Resident Evil games go like crazy amount. But Silent Hill is that's decent. You know, it's not bad, but it's not good either. It's like in between. It's like an all right. That's what I was thinking about also Metal Gear. Turns out the Silent Hill F is selling as well as it reviewed. Very well. Konami has revealed the Silent Hill F has already crossed the 1 million units threshold. Keep in mind, this is consoles and PC combined. This is not just PC. If this was just PC, that would be pretty good because then they probably sold like 2 million or 1.5 million or something. Who knows? With many people fascinated and drawn in by the game's unique horror. The gaming calendar is stacked right now, and this hard to keep up. Yeah, there's just a lot of games right now to play, so yeah, it's hard to keep up. Silksong, Borderlands 4, Dying Light, The Beast, EA, FIFA or FC 26, Hades 2, and Silent Hill F. A lot here. So, yeah, people are hungry for more Silent Hill, so they want to try out this spin-off Silent Hill a try. Good for them. Good for them, dude. That's good. So there you go. One sold million copies just in 3 days. And then this, which I think this is a little bit far-fetched. Pirate Nation, I don't really agree with this too much with Pirate Nation, this one. I agree with a lot of things, but this one I disagree with. That Silent Hill F peaked at only 22K players this weekend. What happened? So if we go on SteamDB, oh, I gotta sign in. Fuck. I gotta sign in real quick here, guys. Not really sign in, but I gotta try to find it for you guys. So let me refresh real quick. Okay, we're refreshing. Let's see the charts. Also, keep in mind, this is a $70 game. That's a little expensive. So I think people are going to, this rating, this amount is going to go up when the sales for this game go on, you know, because it's a little bit too much right now. It's like, people are saying, oh, why is it so low? Why are these games all-time peaks so low and this and that? It's because they're fucking expensive. What do you think? Friggin' a $20 game like Silksong or whatever, Hollow Knight Silksong sells more than this? Yeah, because it's like a $20, $30 game. It's cheaper. This game's like a $70, $80 game. So, yeah, the more expensive games get, the less you're gonna get back. It's just a given because the prices are too much. So, yeah, right now it's a Tuesday afternoon, and it's 10,859 players at the very moment, and then 22,621. It's not bad. This is not a bad estimate, I would say. It's not bad, but it's not good either. It's decent, let's just say, for this amount. Because if we look back at Silent Hill 2... Oh, wait. I messed up. Silent 2, the remake from Blooper, it sold just a little bit more. It sold 1 million too, and maybe a little bit more. But there's less people playing at the moment because it's a year old, as well as it had more people playing, 23,676 players, because it's a numbered main series remade. And it's probably one of the most biggest Silent Hill games, besides 1, 3, 4, you know, all those ones that people were interested in seeing. So this was like a comeback to Silent Hill in some sort of way. But that's just a spinoff. And for a spinoff, that's really good in general with that amount. But Silent Hill is never going to get the numbers of like Resident Evil. It never is. It's just a given. If you look at any Resident Evil... let's go with Resident Evil 4 Remake, just to see. See? With Resident Evil 4, even with that, 168,190 191,000 peak for Resident Evil 4 Remake, the newest one. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's just how it is. Resident Evil is one of the biggest horror sellers out there. Silent Hill is very niche, and Silent Hill has been dormant for a long time. See, even Village, Resident Evil 8 Village, 106,000. So, saying that what happened, it's like, let's be real here. It's not that bad. It's not like what happened. That series has been always more lower, I would say. Let me see Metal Gear. Delta. Oh, shit. I got an error. Oh, it's back. Never mind. We're back. See, even this is that low, and it still sold 1 million. 19,634 all-time peak. 923 people are playing this. And this came out like just a few, I would say, like a month ago now. Yeah, it came out in August. Feels like just a couple weeks ago. Holy shit, it's been a month. But yeah, even this was like pretty low. What I thought it would be more, kind of deal, since it's Metal Gear. And reviews are pretty decent for it. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is not genuine. This is just putting it out there just to spark conversation, I would say, but it's not genuine. I would say Endymion. Too many other games to play based on what I've seen from other people playing it. It's not really a Silent Hill game. I mean, maybe I'll play it when it's cheaper. That's what I said. I think more people are going to play it when it's cheaper. There's just too many games right now. Later on, but right now it's just not a good time. Fucking everything's pretty much just decided to come out in September, I guess. Yes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of things were coming out. I think even when Silent Hill 2 Remake was coming out, there was a lot of games that were coming out in October. So this is not genuine. This is just sparking conversation, I guess. But I don't really think he was trying to be bragging about it. It's just he was just asking a question, I think. What happened? It just a lot of different things happen at once. That's why. I love this one though. I love this one. Silent Hill elitists. Yeah, I love Silent Hill games. Why are they like this? So this is it's so fucked up. So these are like the OG Silent Hill fans. It's PT, Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 4, The Room, Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill 2. These are elitists. And then these are the new people that just joined with the Silent Hill 2 Remake, Silent Hill F, and then Silent Hill, I don't know what that phone or whatever that game, that demo was, story thing. I don't know, I forget. But, yeah. I love when in Silent Hill 2, Pyramid Head comes to James and said, I'm your... What? Same goes here. What is this? Oh, yeah, Resident Evil, yep. That's so true. That's so true. Same as... This is so true, dude. This is so true. Like, you have the split of the community where the newcomers are playing the newer Silent Hill or Resident Evil, and then the old ones are like, bruh, you want to see good? You go back and play this. Check this out. Like, people are like, no, I just won't, kind of deal. That's so funny. That's so true. That's so true, though. That's crazy. But yeah, Silent Hill F, it's doing good. It's doing good, but it could have done better. So it's kind of mid right now. I think the sale will help it. And maybe when it's not in a huge gaming thing going on right now. A lot of games are coming out at the very moment, so. All right, guys. Let's continue. All right, so we got some more Pragmata. Pragmata director reveals reason behind frequent delays. So why is Pragmata had so much delays? It took forever for it to start coming out, showing some things gameplay-wise. Well, this is why, guys. So the director, in an interview, director Chow Young-hee and producer Naoto Orimama talked on the outlet about Pragmata at Tokyo Game Show 2025. The director revealed that for the most part, delays occur due to trying to balance the game's mechanics to perfection, he said to the outlet. It's a big reason for it, the delay. Young-hee started. There was so much trial and error and back and forth just to see what could land and what works best. So they were experimenting with the game, which is fine, and that's why it took a while to see what would be fresh, new, and pleasing for people to play, kind of deal, and how interesting it would be. So they got this idea with this mechanic where you shoot, move around, shoot, while also doing puzzle to break their shield down and all this, and just platforming and shooting and all sorts of things. So they figure out this is a cool mechanic. People might like this, kind of deal. A little brain buster, I would say. Having the two mechanics, Diana's hacking and Hugo shooting has been, or Hugh, I guess Hugh, I think it's Hugh. Shooting has been one of the cause for us to put more time into that game, he said. We took our time to balance it out all right. Putting the games out there is early served as motivation for us. Young-hee said, if we didn't put that trailer out back then, Pragmata might not be the same game it is today. I think the trailer was maybe too ahead of its time. They should have put the trailer maybe a little bit earlier. But, yeah, I think putting trailer... I like how Resident Evil is doing it, where it's doing like 6 months early. It's coming out 6 months after that. Like, they're just constantly just dropping things down as it goes. I feel like that's the way to do it. Like how they did it, where it was like 2 or 3 years, you heard nothing about Pragmata, and now Pragmata is like everywhere. They're like promoting it constantly and stuff. It's coming out next year. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was just weird. Now, this is the time they should have announced Pragmata and gave people their hands on, and then, more trailers about the game and all this and that. But I don't know. It's just a test of what was going on. But yeah, that's Pragmata. So pretty much, they're just trial and error for the game to actually exist, to see if it's actually fun. Makes sense. That's what I thought would be the problem with that. All right, here's more fast topics. So if you guys wanted a Bully 2, which I know I did back in the day, Bully 2 will never happen now. There's no freaking way they'll make a Bully 2 from all the things that are happening just like politically or ideologically in like school systems and everything going on. Like, I would love it. I would love it if they make fun of all this shit, because that's like GTA does that too and Bully does that too. Like, today would be so funny, like all the freaking weird ass like slang people use and everything. Like, I would love like a modern take of it and then make fun of it. Like, this kid would be completely like based and doesn't give two shits, and he's just seeing the world as like, what's with all these weirdos? Because that's what Jimmy was kind of. He's like, all these kids are weird kind of deal, But yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, that would be super cool. But you gotta make a really good character if they did it. Well, but it never happened. There's no way in today's climate. There would be no way. Bully 2 never happened because of bandwidth issues, says Dan Hauser. What? So he said in an interview, I think it was just bandwidth issues, states Hauser. If you got a small lead creative and a small senior leadership crew, you just can't do all the projects you want. What do you mean by that? The former head who co-founded Rockstar Games with brother Sam Hauser left the company. Okay, yeah, in 2020, I remember this. So he said things didn't come together with different people, and that's why the project never got lit. Okay, something like that. Bandwidth issues, problems with creative minds and seniors and leadership. Okay, so that's why it didn't happen. I don't know about that. That could be it. There probably different people have different ideologies, have different aspects of what could happen and what should happen. But also, it's very risky, especially today when you have like tons of weird shit happening in schools now. You know, with the shootings and all sorts of different things going on. Yeah, this would be hard to do, I would say. In aspect, but you know, I feel like you can't take bullies seriously either. I feel like it's just like a parody kind of deal too. Like that's what most GTA is. It's supposed to be a parody of like criminal underworld kind of deal. But now the parody's real, and that's what makes it bad now, kind of deal. So you can't do that shit no more, you know. But yeah, that's what happened with Bully 2 recently. That's why it didn't happen. Fortunately, no Bully 2. All right, more fast topics. We got a lot. All right, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 already has a lot of playable content. Okay, so that's good to hear. So the game is almost done, I would say, since it has a lot of content. Let's see what they said here. Is there any Final Fantasy Remake Part 3? Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 development is shaping up nicely. During the new interview in Automation, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth director Noki Hamaguchi provided an update on Remake Part 3. The director first revealed that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is doing very well on both PlayStation and PC. So they're doing already the two games side to side, the two platforms. That's good. Hamaguchi knows that players have concerns, but players should not worry, as Square Enix will be able to deliver a proper high-quality third installment to the fan-favorite series. We will find out and see for ourselves when that comes out how good it is, the ending of that, because all the things they were doing, all the fanficky bullshit thing with the whisper ghosts or whatever they're called, yeah, the time traveling ghosts, the plot armor ghosts, yeah, all that bullshit. We'll see how it ends. Actually, is turned into actually similar game to the original, how it ends. Hamaguchi added that Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 development is going really well and everything is shaping up nicely. The director added that it's a lot of pointed content is already playable, including that development has processed a considerably amount. The title already has the direction and form and firmly set place, and the team is now united around refining everything. Hamaguchi didn't provide a release date, but the game is on schedule. Okay, so it's going well, and it's pretty much almost done. It's playable to the beginning and end, probably fixing some bugs, getting stuff, pre-played, fixing, textures, all sorts of things. but it's playable. You can do it to go through the whole game. Everything's done. That is good. That is good news. So everything's going smooth. After Rebirth, like I think it was like last year it came out. It's coming out really fast because they have everything done. The what's his name? The engine, the Unreal Engine 4, the upgraded Unreal Engine 4, everything that's already pre-made is already made for them. So everything's designed already for this one. I wouldn't be surprised if they show a teaser at the Game Awards for this, that it's coming out next year kind of deal. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. Or teaser, and we will see you next year coming 2027, kind of deal. I wouldn't be surprised, or not 2027. I say 2026. Maybe late 2026 or mid 2026 or early 2027. I could see this happening. We'll see. We'll see with this one. But I could see it happening then. But I feel like we're going to get some sort of teaser at the Game Awards for the Part 3 for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Just a feeling. Just a feeling for that one. All right. All right, guys. Let's get to this next one. I have to drink some water. Okay, so Insider Gaming reported on this. ASUS ROG Xbox Ally US price revealed. So this is pretty much Xbox's Steam Deck or Nintendo Switch. This is their next one for pretty much Microsoft Xbox. They're teaming up with them. So the US price for ASUS ROG X Ally and Ally X, there's going to be two types, is revealed. So here it is. Let's see what the prices are. I found on Twitter the official price for the ASUS ROG. So this is like okay, these are the prices revealed by Best Buy by accident. So the ASUS ROG Xbox Ally will cost $600. Yikes. Yikes. How much is the Steam Deck? Is the Steam Deck 500 or 400? I could be wrong, but something like that. But it's a little bit more expensive than Switch 2. And the Ally X, which is the better version, will cost $1,000, $999.99. So $1,000 with tax and everything. Of course, until Microsoft makes it official, take the news with a grain of salt. My guess, I think these are going to be the numbers. You're going to get the $1,000 and you're going to get the $600. That's straight up what's going to happen. This is insane. A portable device for $1,000? Bruh.
Holy shit.
Bruh.
Shit.
How the fuck?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
How the fuck
Huh?
is that going to work? And I hear people, it's selling out like crazy. Like, where are people getting this money from, dude? Just money just laying around. Here's $1,000 straight up. Let me buy this shit. Like, no, this is insane. There's no way it's selling that crazy. There's no way people have $1,000 just sitting around and they just want to spend it. Maybe if you're rich, but I feel like most people wouldn't even do that. Because even normal people actually get like a Switch or a Steam Deck, to be honest. I feel like more people would get that than this, but I don't know. It's probably the most powerful handheld right now at the market. It might be the powerfulest one. Definitely more powerful than Switch 2, and probably more powerful easily than the Steam Deck. So this would be the powerfulest one right now. That's why the price is high. we'll see what that PlayStation rumor of that PlayStation 6 with the portable device they're going to have, if that's going to do better than this. I doubt it, but I think this is probably going to be the most expensive and probably the most crazy looking graphically on any of them. So who knows? It's whatever with me. I don't really use that much portable. I usually just hook it up to TV if it's like a console kind of deal, or if I do portable, it's rare. If I do go somewhere, I do sometimes use it, but it's very rare now. I don't even take my Switch with me either, so it's whatever, to be honest. I don't really care for portable gaming that much. Not that much. When I was younger, I liked portable gaming. I played a lot of it, but as you get older, I start just wanting to sit by my computer or my TV and just watch it or play it, kind of deal. I really don't care about portability. Really, I don't know. But I know like Japan and other places, they love the portable stuff. They always do the portable stuff all the time. So it depends what you're doing, what you're getting into. If you're into portable stuff where you're going places all the time and you want to play games, I could see that. But if you're not, then what's the point, What's the point? All right. We got another topic. Let me see here, guys. Oh, we're done with fast topics? I think we're done with fast topics. Oh, shit. All right, we're done with fast topics. Let's get into the big topics, I guess. Crazy. All right, so let's start with Doug Bowser. All right, guys. So I'm on That Park Place, and they have this article here, and it says Bowser to retire from Nintendo at the end of 2025 after controversial Switch 2 launch. We know that Doug Bowser, the president of Nintendo of America, is stepping down now, is retiring from it. It is weird that he's stepping down right after the controversy of Switch 2. I don't know if that is a reason, or maybe he wants to move along. He doesn't want to do this anymore. He wants to do something else. Who knows what's up? Who knows? So here we go. Bowser will be leaving Nintendo to retire at the end of 2025. No, not that Bowser. Nintendo of America confirmed that this week that Doug Bowser will retire as president at the end of 2025, closing out a 6-year, 10-year market by both stability and growing fan frustration. Yeah, I would say he wasn't the best president for America. He made some really dumb decisions. He didn't push for the fans or for the customers that enjoy games. I feel like Reggie and Iwata, that time period of Nintendo, I always say, was the best years of Nintendo. They were actually kicking ass, just like Reggie said. We're taking names and we're kicking ass. It's true. They were. They were on top of the world. They were doing really well, I would say, in general. And they had the customers' backs. They understand the customers. They understand the Nintendo fans. Doug Bowser didn't understand shit. He didn't actually help. If, Japan told them, raise the price, he would say, oh, yes, Milimoto, yes, whatever. It's like they were just bending the knee. He was just bending it, and he didn't have his own say in what people are saying in, his own country kind of deal with a Nintendo-wise, product-wise. Like maybe he said, oh, maybe if this is happening, of course, he's going to blame the tariffs, inflation, everything like that, blah, blah, blah. But the thing I'm still pissed about, why wasn't that demo thing on Switch 2, that $10 demo, should have been already in with the Switch 2. And if you wanted to sell even more Switch 2s, you would put Mario Kart World, or whatever it's called, the new Mario Kart, in with Switch 2 as a free, thing with it. like they had the Wii Sports or Nintendo Land with Wii U kind of deal, like Reggie said, it would make crazy amount of money. Crazy amount. You could have had that. Instead of increasing it to 500, it could have been 450, and you could make double of what you got with Mario Kart as well. Sort of deal like that. But I know Nintendo doesn't like that because Nintendo's greedy like that. So Bowser's exit comes on the heels of Nintendo Switch 2's rocky rollout. It was very rocky, which consumers accused the company of price gouging and pointed to Bowser's tone deal remarks about affordability as proof that Nintendo had lost touch with its audience. Yes, and Doug Bowser lost touch because he's not a gamer. I don't think he's a gamer. If he's a gamer, he's a horrible gamer. He's just a businessman, straight up. He's just a businessman. He doesn't give a shit. Reggie actually played games, and he actually understands his customers. He understands what is going on with his audience. Remember when the Wii U was not doing well, they were poking fun at audiences, and they were talking about different things like, oh, where's Mother 3? We got Star Fox coming, and the different games like that. And because how poorly the Wii U did, Iwata himself, rest in peace, Iwata, he took a lot of his paycheck of what he gotten to compromise for the Wii U's failure. So even Iwata was based and was actually a gamer himself. He understood the process of it. That's why he was a master at his work. He was an inventor in the works. He was doing some things that weren't done before. Even when he passed away, he knew the Switch will be a great idea, and this was the model built on it through the Wii U kind of deal, He knew this is going to happen. But now, since Reggie's gone and Iwata's gone, we have just people clabbering about things and just not understanding their own audience. They don't understand their own fan base. They really don't. All they understand is they're just money-grabbing, hungry Nintendo fans that would buy anything, shill out any Nintendo thing, and that's it. No, most people are not like that. Most people are not like that. There's just a little amount of people that are like that. So, yeah, it was a shit show. Bowser will be succeeded by Devin Pritchard. I can't speak. Devin Pritchard. So she's gonna be the new president or CEO of Nintendo of America, a longtime Nintendo executive currently serving as EVP of Revenue, Marketing, and Consumer Experiences. Okay, this could be good or this could be bad. Even though people did not like Doug Bowser, I thought he was just. I feel like he had no say in anything. He didn't do shit, but that's just me. But I don't know. Usually when they get prepped up and they have someone else to replace them, it's usually people that have the same, if not the same, mindset as Doug Bowser did. I don't know if she's going to actually do anything different to make it happen. We won't see until probably what she's going to do in mid-year of next year, we'll see what she can do. If she is actually going to listen to fans, or is she going to actually understand what people are talking about, why we have these problems with Nintendo recently and all this. I don't know what's going to happen because she is, it says here, revenue, marketing, and consumer experience. So she needs to talk to consumers about the money problems and marketing as well. So that's all her focus is, but that's what she's good at. We'll see. We'll see what she is. I don't know if she's going to be a Reggie. I don't think we're never going to get a Reggie anymore, a really straight-up guy. He was a businessman, but he was also pretty badass in some instances. Very memey. I like it that he was memey, though, but he understood his fan base. A low-profile successor to Reggie. Bowser stepped into the spotlight in 2019 after the retirement of Reggie Fils-Aimé, a beloved fan favorite whose charismatic presence turned him into a pulp culture figure in the own right. Compared to Reggie, Bowser took a more corporate, behind-the-scenes approach, rarely appearing in front-facing advertisement or quickly marketing moments. Yeah, Bowser would never show himself. Reggie would be in every direct, every presentation, every E3. He would be there, and he would present. He was a boss. Now, Bowser would just hide in the background. Maybe he was just cringe. Maybe he didn't like to be on the camera. I don't know. But he was not on this level as Reggie was. That absence was noted by fans. Reggie, bold, meme-worthy, fan-friendly style of leadership set a high bar. And Bowser's quitter approach often felt like Nintendo of America had lost a place of its personality. Yep, it did. Switch 2 pricing backlash. Switch 2 was meant to be Bowser's defining moment, the console that would carry Nintendo into the next generation. Instead, it became a flashpoint for criticism. The console itself launched with a significantly higher price point than fans expected. Flagship games like Mario Kart World also comes in at $80, a historical first for Nintendo exclusive. Yeah, he should have said, no, let's put that down. Let's make that 60 so we can sell more. 60 or even 70 is kind of steep, I would say. I would have sold it for 60. Since it's a new console, a new game, I think more people would eat it up more. Bro, I would go even 50. Why not? Bowser definitely defended the strategy as viable pricing, saying the development scopes and replayability justified higher costs. Bullshit.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Holy
Bullshit.
shit.
More people are finding about Mario Kart World, and it's not that at all. It's a bunch of baloney, corporate speak. They don't mean that at all. It's not that. It's not a GTA 6, that's for sure. It's bullshit. But the defense backfired when Bowser told CBS that consumers who couldn't afford a Switch 2 could simply stick with the original console. Yeah, but you won't get new games. Fans compared the remark to infamous corporate PR misstep like Don Matrick Xbox comments. Outlets from the Washington Post to player unlabeled on the remarks. Tone deaf and social media push back hard. Yeah, when the Xbox, if you can't afford an Xbox One, you can still have Xbox 360, and it'll be always on. And they asked him, "Oh, is it the guy on a submarine who, it's like is in the war, is in a submarine, or something like that? He can't play an Xbox One because it has to be always connected online." He's like, "Well, that's why we got 360 then. That's what you're gonna stick with." So you're just, and then I think Jeff Keighley told him, "So you're telling people to stick with 360 then?" Yep, that's it. If you can't do that, you can't upgrade, and you don't have online all the time, that's just how it is. And that tanked Microsoft. Even to this day, it tanked. It tanked that. It is bullshit. It was bullshit, and it still is bullshit. And he did the same bullshit. If you don't have enough money, you still got the original. Stick with that. Like, bruh, why? You're insane. You're insane. Fans divided on Nintendo legacy of Doug Bowser. When Doug Bowser truly unpopular, the answer is complicated. He wasn't universally despised. He wasn't liked or he wasn't hated. He was just there. no one gave a shit about him kind of deal. I felt like that's what it was. But pricing and PR missteps turned him into a recent lighting rod for criticism. Hardcore fans often contrasted him unfavorably with Reggie, saying Nintendo had lost its fan-friendly face. I agree with Nintendo fans with that. Jokes about his last name, Bowser, Mario's nemesis, never stopped, though these were often more playful than mean-spirited. Yeah. Ultimately, Bowser's presidency was seen as steady but uninspiring. Yeah, it wasn't. Competent in corporate execution, lacking in fan building charm. Yep. There's no charm to this character or this person with Bowser. This character. Yeah, I talk about Mario. But yeah. Devin Pritchard and Nintendo's future. Bowser's successful Devin Pritchard has been with Nintendo since 2003 and has already served as intern president in the past. Known internally for her strong financial acumen and focus on consumer experience. Pritchard is expected to bring a more engaged and communicative leadership style into the role. Hopefully that's true. Hopefully that is very true because we need communication. Nintendo's not communicating and they just want to be quiet right now when people are asking. People are not happy with the Switch 2. You need happy customers. You don't have no happy customers, people are going to move and go somewhere else. It's just a fact. Doesn't matter how big your Nintendo IP, your legacy is. When your legacy starts getting tanked, we saw that with Disney, people are going to start not caring anymore. That's what happens. Her challenge will be clear. Win back consumers' trust at a time when Nintendo faces mounting skepticism over pricing and accessibility. Fans are hungry not only for great games, but also for leadership that feels connected to the community. If Pritchard can reintroduce a sense of personality and fan-first philosophy, she may succeed in reclaiming the goodwill that Bowser struggled to capture. Yes, that's all she needs to do. That's all she needs to do. She needs to put her fans or the consumers on is first right now in their mind. They need to be first at this very moment, and Nintendo of Japan needs to understand how they're going to work too, so they can work things out together, kind of deal. Because if not, they're just going to bend the knee like Bowser did for everything. Closing thoughts: Doug Bowser retirement closes a chapter in Nintendo of America history. His era will be remembered less for bold public engagement and more for controversial surrounding the Switch 2. Yeah, he's going to be known for that now. As Devin Pritchard steps in, all eyes will be on whether she can bring Nintendo's North America leadership back into sync with fans and whether she can steer the company through increasingly competitive and consumer-sensitive gaming market. And there you go. That's it for the article. Yeah, so see you, Doug Bowser. Really didn't know too much about Doug Bowser. He was never really shown too much. He was just here in the background, hanging out, making the calls. But I feel like he did nothing, though. I don't know what he was doing. I feel like Reggie was more in there talking with fans, staying at. I remember he was also at like launches. He would be there with fans at launch at places, and he would like hang out with them, and he would say, "Oh, you waiting for like the Wii U? Waiting for the Wii? Let's go!" and everything, or waiting for the 3DS or whatever. He was there. He would personally meet fans. He would talk to people. He'd understand them. it's just like this is the complete opposite. He's just the guy in the background. He's the new guy, but no one knows who he is or what is up. And he was like, I think he worked with EA back in the day, which we'll be talking about EA. And he wasn't good there either. So, yeah, there's not much. I don't hate him, but I don't like him either. He's just whatever, kind of person. He didn't have anything really personally, any interest. And this new Devon girl, if she steps in, I heard things that she also is good with Nintendo, and she's going to be helping them with all the suings that they're doing recently and all this. I don't know if that's true, that she's good at like law, but I don't know if that's true. I think that's just people speculating. But we don't know much about her. Maybe that's a good thing. We don't know much about her. But we'll see how she plans this out, how she can make Nintendo, let's just say, great again in some way. Especially the American side of Nintendo. I don't know about Japan yet. But hopefully they can fix it up. Because Nintendo needs a fix-up for sure. Definitely needs a fix-up. Needs some sort of fix because people are not happy with Nintendo. I know I'm not. I'm a huge Nintendo fan in the past. Not anymore. But enough is enough. We got to speak up now. This is normal criticism. This is not, this is just normal criticism that people have. It's not anything harsh. It's just the reality, how the situations are. And they need to listen to that aspect too, not being in their own bubble, their own egos, Nintendo. And that's all they get. Because they forgot how they got there. It's because of people like us, that were fans and who played their games for years and years. But now you forgot that fan base, and now you just, I don't know what you're doing now. I don't understand this whole thing. Yeah, but that's pretty much it for that. Okay, let's go to the last big topic for today, guys. This is a big one, guys. This is a big one here. So I'm on Insider Gaming, guys, and they have this article here, and it says EA announces $55 billion private sale. So this was going around the internet constantly. People were saying, oh, this is just a rumor. This is not happening. Well, it did happen. It's official now that it's happening. So they got bought out. Pretty much sold to, going private with this Saudi Arabian company. And we're going to read into it. EA has announced a definitive agreement for a $50 billion sale to a consortium consistent of PIF, Silver Lake, and Infinity Partners that indicated a sale was closed to a group which included Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, and the company has now confirmed the deal. The terms of this agreement state that the consortium will acquire 100% of EA, with stockholders receiving 210 per share in cash, which represents a 25% premium of EA's unaffected share price of 168.32 at market close on September 25th, 2025. The last fully unofficial trading day, and the premium to EA's unaffected all-time high of 179.01 at a market close on August 14, 2025. A new era for EA. So what do I think about this? Okay, just a second. Let me drink. So my thoughts about this whole thing with EA. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Now, that's the question a lot of people are having. It's a little bit of both, I would say. It's a both. Because I know people are praising, hell yeah, EA is going back, being based. It's going to be great. Everything, you know, it's not going to have a lot of weird shit that people didn't like, these ideologies and political beliefs, like Dragon Age the Veilguard had and all this. It's going to be based. They're going to have some great things in there. It's not going to have these weird people with pronouns and all that in the game. Kind of things like that. And it's also private, so it's not gonna have any loans or any HR department or anything to actually. It's its own entity. It's gonna be its own thing. They could do whatever they want. It's not public anymore. It's not working with any other attachments to it. So, yeah, in that aspect, yes, that is good. But the downside is, which this is probably going to lead, not now, this is not going to happen right now. This is going to be a couple of years in. So it's going to be probably 2 or 3 years. You're going to see some effect after that. 2 or 3 years after, you're going to see some sort of effect or something. But this could be also a bad situation too, because just because of Saudi Arabian, this could end up, since EA, we've called it greedy EA because they've been greedy all since. Microtransactions up the ass, constantly loot boxes, all sorts of shit, schemy things. You don't think that the Saudi Arabians are going to add some schemy little, microtransactions in this game even more? Just for FC? It's going to be a moneymaker. So all they see is, this is a big payout. EA was in a shit show. They were losing money. They were going through bankruptcy. They were in a horrible place, and they needed to get out. So someone picked them up, gave them a lot, and now that's it. Kind of deal. With EA, and this is breaking the internet, especially in the gaming industry right now. This is like, holy shit. EA was like a big player, and now it's going private. Like Steam, they were private all along. They've been private ever since. Kind of deal. They don't ask questions or do things from other companies. They just do whatever they like to do, kind of deal. Which is, going private is probably the best thing you can do, but we'll see in the long run how this is going to affect. It could be worse. It could get worse. But for now, it might be okay. That's what I'm saying. This could be two sides of the coin. It could be good. It could be bad. But in the end, it might be just not that effective. Let's keep on reading. A statement from EA says that PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners bring deep sector experience, committed capital, and global portfolios that will offer unique possibilities to blend physical and digital experiences. While the sale represents the largest all-cash sponsor take-private investment in history, Andrew Wilson, chairman and CEO of Electronic Arts, said the deal was a powerful recognition of the remarkable work delivered by EA's passionate teams, and the company will continue to push the boundaries of enlightenment, sports, and technology, unlocking new opportunities. The transition is expected to be complete in the first quarter of 2027 financial year. See, that's what I'm saying. This is going to be a couple of years until this goes into effect. It's not going to happen right now yet, so there's still time. And as an end is subject to customary closing conditions, including receipt of required regulator approach and approval by EA stockholders. Once completed, EA stock will no longer be listed on the public market. EA will remain at its headquarters in Redwood City, California, following the completion of the transition, with Andrew Wilson remaining as CEO. So, if you have stock in EA, which I don't know why you would, you should probably take it out soon because it's going to be down. It's not going to be there anymore for public use. So that's what is going on. They're going private. Probably for the better. We'll see what happens, but I think this is a good thing for sure for that. I just saw this, another one from that Park Place, and I wanted to see what this was all about real quick here. EA will assume $20 billion depth in sale. This could doom the BioWare and Mass Effect 5. Oh shit. That's crazy. Oh shit.
Holy
I didn't know about this.
shit.
But yeah, BioWare is going to be in trouble. This is so funny because when Vanguard or Veilguard, Dragon Age Veilguard came out, and it was laughably bad, and it was super bad with a bunch of ideology of different political views and stuff. And it had things people were just laughed at. It was just horribly made graphically, aesthetically, story, characters, everything about the game was just trash. Gameplay was just mid, I heard. It wasn't that good, but it was just a trash game in general. Let's be real. It was laughably bad. And that tanked a lot of what EA had, sort of things. A lot of their games have been not hitting the mark, let's just say. Let's see what this is. Electronic Arts has announced its record-breaking $55 billion buyout led by Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, PIF. Let's see, why depth changed everything. A leveraged buyout means the required company ends up carrying much of the debt in EA's case. That's $20 billion of obligations to service, a weight, and that will hang over the publisher for years to come. Yikes, $20 billion. Oh, depth of $20 billion. That's insane. That's fucking crazy.
No!
That's crazy. When revenue is strong, depth is manageable, but EA's track record will recent release has been rocky, and failure is an all too real possibility. If key franchises underperform, the easiest way to protect margins is to slash costs, and the usual means gutting studios. For BioWare, the studio behind Dragon Age and Mass Effect, this spells danger. Its recent track record hasn't actually inspired confidence, and its reliance on identity politics storytelling in the Veilguard backfired both critically and commercially. Yup. So they Mass Effect 5 has to be like SS tier, like the best game you ever played to do anything actually good, which I don't think it will be. The Veilguard disaster, yes, we know it's really bad. Disgrace to Mass Effect 5. Fans waiting nearly a decade for the next installment in the beloved sci-fi series are now staring down the possibility that the game won't live up to the expectations. It won't. There's no way. All the people that did the OG Mass Effect 1 through 3 left. Here are the most pressing dangers. Scope reduction and feature cuts, expensive branching narratives, and ambitious gameplay. Yup. Asset recycling. Yup. Forced monetization. Talented attrition. Delays and staggered launches. Micromanagement from investors. Yeah, this is a big game. This is probably going to be the biggest game they'll make. And they can't screw this up. There's no way to be screwed here. This is the last chance for BioWare. If this doesn't work, they're done. BioWare's no more. They're done. The nuclear option, shelving the game, and shutting BioWare altogether. If Mass Effect 5 can't be delivered profitably, EA could decide to kill the project outright and close BioWare for good. There you go. a studio on the brink. So they're desperate. Final thoughts. Mass Effect needs to do good. It just needs to. Or if this is their last chance. This is their last chance. You had Andromeda, failed. What's that online one they had game? I forgot what it's called. Fuck. They had like an online one. They were like flying around shooter. I forgot what the name of that BioWare game was called. It got it got canned. Or it was made and then it failed so bad that they stopped it. The servers and everything for that game. And then now Dragon Age Veilguard, like 3 strikes you're out. They're giving a 4th chance for BioWare to do something. They have to hit the mark with this. If they don't hit the mark with this, this company's toast. Completely gone. The BioWare of the past that made these awesome franchises that I love personally and a lot of people love is no more. This is just a shell of itself. Straight up, that's the fact, and that's what is going on. I don't think this game is going to be any good if it does come out. I think it's going to be mid to subpar at most. I don't think it's going to be that interesting. We'll see. They would need to do like a Hail Mary to get this to be on the levels of what they want, kind of deal. That's insane. Insane. But we have one more thing before we end this whole thing, guys. I thought this was funny. So, PC Gamer, that is not really... They have some really bad journalism, bad articles, but this is one of them too. PC Gamer, formal BioWare lead writer. I think this is the formal writer. He said this, but this is just PC Gamer reporting on what the writer said. Formal BioWare lead writer reads the rumors of EA Saudi deal and speculates that guns and football are in, gay stuff is out, and the venerable RPG studio may be for the chop.
Holy shit.
That's crazy. So, a lot of cope going on, I guess, because of that. I kind of want to see what the comments say. That's kind of insane. Huge W. Sounds good. EA employees in their upcoming Saudi Arabian performance reviews.
Gay no more. I am delivered.
I love this.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women.
I love women.
I'm not gay.
I'm not gay.
I would not date a man.
I love women.
I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman.
Woman.
Now listen, what? Yo, hey!
Oh shit! No, he probably after this he sucked a dick. He probably turned gay. It probably didn't work, but I love this clip. It's so funny. That's pretty much it. When in doubt, throw them. Oh, hey yo!
Huh?
Hey yo!
No!
Hey yo! That's fucked, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. BioWare fans beware. EA Saudi Arabia partnership could mean the studio's identity shifts or even disappears. Yes. Yes. There's going to be a lot of firings, and there's going to be rehirings. Let's just say that. Sounds peak. I think people are pretty sick of the baguettes. Just look at Failguard. I can't say that word, guys, on YouTube. Unfortunately, you can't. It's the baguettes. Bogats. Based, some Saudi Arabians have, like, I'm sick of playing this thing. I'm buying EA and making BioWare great again. Yeah, they probably were sick and tired. Maybe there was fans of in Saudi Arabia. Maybe they were fans of Dragon Age or Mass Effect, and they saw how bad it was, and then they just had to buy it. Maybe they were fans. Because I know that one Saudi Arabian prince who bought SNK, like the Fatal Fury series, he bought the one, and then he helped with, I think, Japanese with the Fatal Fury State of the Wolves. He got the IP of Fatal Fury because he wanted a new Fatal Fury game, and he wanted to bring it back to the basics of what it is. Which I did play that Fatal Fury game. It is good, but I don't know. There's something about the game. Maybe I need to get into it more complex in general for me. But maybe it's just a lot there in general for me. And I still need to learn some things because I'm not a huge like Fatal Fury fan. But I did enjoy what I played. I just need to go back and play it, kind of deal. It's just a little bit expensive at the moment. Lol, I see this as an absolute win. What the fuck? What are the odds he's a... Oh, no. Oh, no. Dude, it's cooking hard. Music to my ears. Oh, dude, it is so crazy. He just coped so hard. Now it's guns and football and gay stuff is out. Oh, my God. That's so funny. That's so funny. But I said again... Yeah, that part is good because now we don't have these dumb identities shit that people like. There's like a small majority of people that enjoy that stuff. Most of people don't in the world, I would say. It just is what it is. It's just a fact. No one likes to push ideas like that. No one cares about this stuff. People just want to relax and play games. That's just how it is. If not, put a warning on it that this game's going to have some gay stuff in it. Just saying. Like, some people, if you add like a warning sign in there, like a symbol, people will know. And if they like it or not, some people don't like that stuff. You don't have to force it on everyone. No one wants to see it kind of deal, Some people just don't want them. I understand both sides. But Saudi Arabia, I don't know how it's going to work because of the microtransaction, all the greed. We're going to see that too. But if they bring it back to what it was, we'll see. We'll see with this. Because I saw that SNK thing with City of the Wolves, with Fatal Fury, and it was fine, but it didn't go anywhere. It doesn't feel like it made a huge jump in the fighting game genre series yet. It's fine, but I have to give it another try. But yeah, that's just the whole thing. Oh, sorry, guys. That is the whole thing with EA. We will see how this leads in a couple of years, how it's going to be going. But EA is in trouble, and this is the only way they can get out or do something about it. So we'll see how this ends up altogether. All right, guys, I think that's it for me today, guys. I blabbled. I talked about a lot of things, and we hit pretty much the 2-hour mark, pretty much close to 2 hours. We're going to end it here. I should be back on Friday. I'll let you guys know. I'll update it in post if there will be a Friday live stream, as well as videos coming up. I'll let you guys know about that stuff as well. Thank you, everyone, again, for watching, lurking, everything that you do. I appreciate you guys. And all the people that look back at the broadcast, the past. You guys are awesome, too. I appreciate you guys as well. You guys are awesome. Yeah, don't forget to like the stream before you leave. I appreciate you so much. Thank you all again. There's a lot here tonight or today, but you got to get it done. There's a lot here, and I thought that was interesting. A lot of things here. Definitely a lot of changing, I would say, in the industry right now with gaming industry. A lot of changes here and there, and a lot of just speculating, talking, all sorts of things in the background with what is going on. But yeah, that's just what we do here. All right, guys, have a good one. I'll see you later this week. If not, I'll let you guys know in the posts. And yeah, that should be it. Appreciate all you guys again. Thank you so much for coming. And we're out. See ya.
Are you not entertained?